Hello, everybody. My name is Diana Cadavid, and I'm the programmer of Medusa here at Tiff. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. I am very honored and pleased to have with us today Anita Rocha da Silveira, the director. Hi, Anita.
Hi, how are you? I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mari Oliveira, who is one of the main characters in the film. Thank you, Mari, for being here as well.
Hi, thank you.
And congratulations on your performance. It's so powerful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
um, well, I wanted to start, it is such a powerful, amazing film. I think it's so current and it has this strong energy that we recognize immediately, like that it's so important and so relevant right now. Do you want to tell us, Anita, how did you start working on the film? How, like, where the idea come from? And then how you started working with Mari as well?
Okay, yes. So, like around 2015, I read some articles in the news about girls ganging up to beat another girl. I read one article about some teenage girls getting together to beat a girl that they regard as promiscuous. Then, some months after, I read a similar article and then another one. And social media had a lot of to do with that about if you put a photo with a cleavage, if it was getting too many likes of boys. And at the same point, I started to feel this conservative rise in Brazil. I think not only in Brazil, but in some countries across the globe, we could feel this conservative rise. And some people claiming this ideal of the mere human, of the comeback of this housewife kind of human. And when I was reading these articles about these girls, I immediately recall Medusa myth, because Medusa was a beautiful priestess that in one version of the myth, she was seduced by Poseidon. In another one, she was raped. But in the end of the day, because of the loss of her purity, Athena transformed her into this horrible creature. So I started to think about the structural machismo that you can find like in a myth from a lot of centuries ago, and that you can feel it until today about how the machismo somehow is introjected in us human. So that's something I really want to talk about, and that was the starting point. And also another things I read in the news about this army of boys from a church here in Brazil and other things. They were all the starting point, but to do this film, but it's more like a fantastic film. So I got all these inspirations together to create this film. And about Mari, it's our second collaboration. Mari was also in the cast of Kill Me Please, my first feature. And all the time when I was writing Medusa, I had Mari in mind. And it was a pleasure to work with her again. Mari is an amazing actress, super talent, super smart, that brings a lot of her, she brings a lot of great points to the film, someone that read the scripts and come back with her feedback. And it's a pleasure to work with her. So it's our second film together.
Mari, so what were your initial thoughts when you read the script, and how do you think now, after the film is completed, it translates into this uh, like very strong commentary on the invasion of the female body and the female mind, the control of our bodies and our minds?
So at first I was really surprised because we worked together once, and Anita, it's really more mature, and me too. So when I read at first, I was like, oh my god, and she's so. I don't know how to say it, but she's really grown right now, and it changed a lot, her way to write and her way to express herself. And when I saw the movie for the first time, and I thought it was really good because we have a unity. The whole cast and the whole crew, we believe so much in that story, and we believe so much in what we want to say and what we want to talk about. And I think that's in the movie, that we really believe what we are talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally feel. that unity in the completed film. Have you shown the film in Brazil, and what are you concerned about, like how it's going to be perceived in, like in such a moment of the rise, like such a strong moment for the right wing movement, and uh, yeah, how do you think it can be perceived there?
Yeah, no, one thing I forgot to tell in Kill Me Please, Mari was 15, turning 16, and I met her doing open call. So, uh,
Uh-huh.
and but now, yes, I'm a little bit afraid, of course. But I think due to the pandemic here in Brazil, I think maybe the film will go to a festival here by the end of the year, but to go to the movie theaters to have a release will be only next year. And of course, I'm a little bit afraid, but at the same time, it is very conservative and ultra right people. They don't go to the movies, especially to see a Brazilian film. They are just not interested. So maybe can go off the radar for them. I hope so, because I don't want it to be receiving hate message or anything like that. But it's something that I think it's part nowadays. If some, I'll have to be prepared in case some people will complain about the film, and I think we have our answers ready. But there is a chance it can go off the radar for the conservatives because they are not interested in any cultural activities. I think one thing that president always says is call us like vagabundos, and everyone that works with culture, they say are people that are not really working, so they are not interested in Brazilian culture whatsoever. So maybe the film can go off the radar of these ultra right people. Let's see what's going. But if someone come for us, I have my answers ready, and I really hope this film also can bring some conversations and start some changes of. And also, especially for women, to make some women to want to voice out their problems and to scream as well.
Totally. And can you tell us a little bit about the music, and how did you conceive the whole soundtrack for the film? That it's also very very strong, and I loved it when watching the film.
Yes. So one part of the soundtrack it come from the rehearsals. We started all the rehearsals with Mari and the other girls doing the choir, and the music is from the choir songs that I wrote versions for these songs because they are part of evangelical church, and this it's a type of church very common in Brazil that tries to be popular and appeal to the people. So I wrote some music that I could consider like pop evangelical songs, and and that was very important for the rehearsal because it was a way for the girls to bond together. A great part of the preparation started with the singing, and then. And then I start to think about songs that could relate with the film. And one point I start to think about "Baby It's You," that become one of the theme songs. But it was very important to me to make a known version for the film. So I work with a singer here and musical producers. And also, for example, one of the songs of the film Mari sings, the version of "Wish on a Star." It's on Mari voice. And for the other part of the soundtrack that's more diegetical, there's this amazing guy called Bernardo Zeda that have worked in all of my films, and we work on the songs very inspired by Goblin, by Carpenter, and very inspired by the 70s film that I think they were the big inspirations from Medusa, films like Suspiria and Carrie, that I'm very, I don't know say how to say, but honor somehow to try to do like in Medusa somehow try to play homage for this film that I love so much from the 70s. And also in the soundtrack a little bit.
Yeah, you can totally feel it there. And Mari, can you tell us more about how was, like, so you rehearsed, for how long was the rehearsal period, and for how long were you preparing before the shooting?
I think we rehearsed for 2 months or 3 months. Yeah, it was really intense. It was really easy actually because we already knew each other, and Anita kind of influenced a lot my way to act and what I study today because I'm in film school. So we know how to talk to each other, and she knows exactly how to ask what she wants and how to get there. We have a really good preparation with Clarice Zarvos. That was our how do I say?
Acting coach.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
she
Uh-huh.
was our she
And
was our coach.
Clarice is also an actress in the film as well.
Yeah, and she's really good. She's really direct to what direct. She's really objective to what she wants, and we went to some churches and we watched it, and we were like watching the people and how they communicate with each other and how they live and what is that for them because the church in Brazil have a really big part in the person's life, and that was a really great thing to watch and not be critical about that, and not to judge them because we have to be them, so we cannot judge, and that was really good. It was a really good preparation, and to find that common thing, to be that unity at the end of the film. Uh, we have that 3 months that was for that, to know each other and stuff like that.
Where in Brazil did you shoot?
We shot in Rio de Janeiro because it's the city that we live and where is Bananeira Film, the main producer behind Medusa.
Mhm.
But when I wrote the script, it was not supposed to be Rio, and but because of financial reasons, we didn't at the film in Rio. But for the film, it's like a nowhere city. It would be like a middle-sized city somewhere in Brazil. But we shoot all the film in Rio in 28 days.
Well, it was fast. The shooting.
Yes, very low budget.
They
But
were like,
yeah, that's one of the reasons that I stayed 3 months rehearsing. We didn't rehearse every day, but for me it was very important since we don't have too many time for shooting. It was important to get there very prepared and with all the cast feeling very secure and not doubting themselves because we didn't. There are some days we are doing like 5, 6, 7 scenes a day. So yeah.
that's a lot. And what's coming next for the two of you? I know this is like such a strange time in history, and all our lives are sort of, uh, I don't know, like in this like kind of limbo. But what do you see coming next for both of you?
I will start because I think Mari has more better news than I have. But now I really hope to have some time to follow through a little bit of Medusa, to be able, if the pandemic allow, to travel a little bit with the film and see the reactions and prepare for the launch in Brazil next year. But I'm starting to develop another script, but very in the beginning so far, and I have no idea how I will finance that. But I hope that with the next elections, things can change a little bit in Brazil, and depending on what happened, can go back to being a little bit easier to finance a film here. But and Mari, I think she has the now a lot of the word in front of her too. But go ahead.
So that's funny. At Cannes Festival, I was like, people were asking me that, oh, what now, and I was like, oh, I just want to work. I want a job. I need a job. So here I can say I have a job, and I'm recording a series. Yeah, a TV show for Disney Plus. I'm recording some really nice things, and yes, I have a job now, and that's what I want to do. I want to keep studying. I came home and I was like, oh my god, I want to study so much. So I'm in that moment. I'm reading a lot, studying a lot, and working. I think that's the moment. It's a really hard time in Brazil, but that's what we can do now. Prepare ourselves and study, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, congratulations. That's
Thank you.
great news. And we're looking forward to see like all the work that's gonna come out of this.
was
That's
doing
amazing.
she was doing Cannes doing casting by Zoom for this
Oh
TV.
wow.
Was doing the festival. She was doing and then a follow up, a callback. She was doing the festival.
Yeah, it was a really good moment. All the eyes on us. That was really great.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations. Uh,
Thank you.
I I'm so proud of having Medusa in the festival, and I really want to thank you for putting together such a relevant and strong work at this time in the world.
Thank you so
Um, is there anything else that you would like to add to the audience?
much. I don't know. I hope this film can start a conversation, and it's a film that I think talk a little bit about the ultra right in Brazil that here is a little bit linked for with religion, but in any moment we have the our point was never to criticize religion, but more to talk about these specific groups that here in Brazil can be linked to churches, but in other countries can be linked to with uh, with white supremacy and other topics that somehow are, in this case in Brazil, to get the Bible and start to interpret the Bible in a way to be sexist, to be homophobic, and to be so it's not in any point it's our idea to criticize religion, but talk about these specific groups, and that I think somehow I hope people can relate somehow, because I think every place in the world there is some ultra conservative groups, ultra right groups that are trying to find some space, and I think we need to be a little bit aware of that, and I really hope also if this film is can be a way for women to stick together somehow. That's I think the biggest message for us, that we can stick together.
Thank
I
you
don't
so much. I
know.
think it definitely opens so much space for conversation. We wish you all the best with your own projects and also to Brazil. We know we've seen what's going on, and we send you all like our love and support from here.
Thank you so much. We will
Thank
need
you.
that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but next year, I really hope things can change. We have elections next year, so yes, I can see now
Well,
some hope in the end of the some light in the end of the
the,
tunnel.
the, well, thank you so much, and yeah, let's stay in touch. Bye.
Thank you. Bye
Bye. Thank
bye.
you.
Ciao.
Bye.